I'm going to college.
You got it, right? What?
For the past few decades, there has been a trend in which more high school students have been trying to pursue college degrees.
Students are pursuing college degrees for higher-paying jobs, in-depth knowledge about specific fields, and networking opportunities.
Whatever the motive might be, more students are trying to pursue college degrees.
Unfortunately, since more people are charmed by the social mobility a college degree promises, the price has increased as well.
According to the College Board, the average cost for in-state tuition would be $9,139, while a private four-year college has an average cost of $31,231.
That doesn't even include room and board, which averages an additional $10,000 to $11,000. But in my opinion, college is still worth it.
There's no doubt that college is expensive, but with a college degree, it's 31% more likely that you will earn a job that pays at least double the median salary.
College is a great place to meet people that have goals and interests similar to your own. There are people that you'll meet that may be involved in businesses or companies that can help secure a job after graduation.
My name is Derek Taylor. I'm a student at Matter Academy Charter High School. This admission season I have been admitted to Harvard, MIT, and Stanford, among other universities. In college I plan on studying mechanical engineering and computer science. I think college is important mostly for the opportunity to, for 4 years, explore things that maybe you're not very familiar with and challenge yourself in ways that maybe were not available to you in your hometown. It provides perhaps one of the greatest growth experiences that is available to a person in their lifetime.
Also, you can work alongside peers who are highly skilled in whatever field they're majoring in. These people may be your future business partners or may otherwise enrich your educational experience.
For example, Mark Zuckerberg's classmates in college became his co-founders and developed Facebook.
Roger Rojas, a graduate from Matter Academy, perceives college as a mini incubator for life. How about the distance from your home? Like how did you manage with that?
So that's something that I didn't think would be a problem while I was in high school. I'm like, oh, finally, getting away from home, you have to be responsible for yourself, be an adult. But at the same time, you do miss home because your best friends that you grew up with are back home or in other parts of the country, but you only see them when you come back home. So that's something you miss. You miss, seeing your family, home-cooked meals because you're going to be eating dining hall food in college, and that's not always the tastiest food.
So yeah, I mean, it's something you just dealt with. Right?
Yeah, it's something you get used to. I mean, eventually you're going to have to leave home and start a life for yourself. And college is sort of pretty much prep for that.
With all the classes that are available to students and all the opportunities to study abroad, college is probably one of the greatest ways to invest in oneself. College may truly be where people go to find themselves.
I find my passion in college by being spontaneous. I look around and I see things that I'm interested in, theater or podcasting or sports, and I just try my very best to get involved. I send emails or I just show up to meetings, and people really like to get people involved. Luckily, my university makes it really easy to get involved with things, and so then I can just express myself and do what I'm interested in. Really, it's all about finding what you like and trying to do it. If you don't like it, don't do it anymore, but if you like it, you'll get going. That'll work for you. Or works for me.
Most of those who choose to attend college do so because there is no other alternative to reach success.
Hi, my name is Gustavo Gallo and I'll be attending Pomona College in the fall. When asked what college means to me, the first thing that comes to mind is the word opportunity. For a lot of people, college can be a time of like experiencing and finding yourself. But for me as a minority, like what college means to me is the only way that I can escape a cycle of poverty that traditionally the minorities and my people are stuck in. My parents are illegal immigrants who they never got past high school educations and they work so hard for me. So what college means to me is a way to better myself and better a future for my people. That's what college means to me. College is not necessarily a necessity, but in reality for the 21st century, you need a college education, one, to be an educated person in a society that's constantly changing, constantly evolving, but you also need it to be competitive in the world we live in now. You can't live on a minimum wage job anymore. You can't sustain a family and sustain a happy future on that. So the only option is, for me, is a higher education because I don't have anything else to fall back on. So that's what college means to me.
For some students, a bachelor's degree is simply a stepping stone in their educational journey. Several choose to continue to graduate school, and for several high-paying careers, this is a requirement.
Hi, my name is Barbara Torres, and I'm a senior at Mater Academy. I plan on going to the University of Florida. College is important to me because it's the first step into my career, and it's a chance to be independent, and it's different from high school where your teachers kind of guide you, and in college you're all on your own. I want to be a nurse, so I need to go into graduate school. And without a college education, I wouldn't be prepared to go to graduate school.
Many also attend college because it stimulates them to be productive. College puts students in an environment where they are encouraged to study, work, and push their limits. Essentially, college challenges people to think.
The structure of a college education does a really good job of providing you with ways to stay productive and stay on task. Things that you really wouldn't do otherwise unless you were being held accountable for it. Like you have to go to class and you're expected to do your homework. Otherwise, there are going to be consequences. And you're going to be losing money and you're going to be failing. So it really prepares you for what you're going to be doing when you have a job because you have real consequences if you don't keep up with your responsibilities in an actual career. And in that way, it really helps you get ready for that.
My parents really expect me to go to college. They say that college is essential because they feel that is the only sure way to become successful. My dad, having earned a college degree, guarantees that it is the only way to lead a respectable life. Ever since I was young, my parents always pushed me to do my best in school. Throughout high school, I took as many college classes as I could and graduated with my associate's degree. Now they are very proud of the fact that I'll be attending the University of Florida this fall.
While applying to jobs in the future, almost every Fortune 500 company requires a resume with some kind of education history. Peter Capelli claims that large companies hire college graduates because of the simple reason that these individuals have proven that they can commit to something for an extended period of time. College graduates are therefore considered sound investments in the company's future.
Will college pay off? A guide to the most important financial decision you will ever make.
Right, if it's free, of course you should go. It'd be a wonderful experience for most people because there's a lot of risk involved and the information's not very good and the outcomes could really vary. But if you got to pay for it, then it's quite different. And the way we pay for college has changed a lot over time. Loans are up 150% over the last 10 years. And the typical costs of college have risen by about 4 times the rate of inflation over the last generation. So average college graduate in the U.S. does make 60% more than the average high school graduate. And one is this big difference that the kids who can make it to college and complete college, which is one of the biggest issues. Most kids actually who go to college don't seem to get through college. So getting to college, you got to be different. You got to have more support just to get to college. To finish it suggests a lot of achievement just to get out of college. Kids who finish college have signaled something to potential employers about their abilities that is valuable. We know this pretty clearly from the high school level.
With all the benefits of a college education in mind, it is important to understand why it is inaccessible or impractical to some people.
The price alone is a huge factor that hinders people from attending college. Every single school, whether it be public or private, has increased in price by at least $2,000 in recent years. Private schools' cost of attendance, however, has increased on average from $29,000 to $40,000 in the last 12 years. This steep price increase would make the average cost of an undergraduate degree $160,000. If that student plans on enrolling in a graduate program, they may face even greater debt upon graduating.
College is expensive. I know, I'm a student. The cost of college rises every year, and students and parents are forced to take out student loans to pay the bill. This puts many students in insurmountable debt. But there is an alternative: scholarships. The only problem is these scholarships are extremely hard to find. This causes millions of dollars in free money to go to waste, as many students don't know this money exists. So that's why I created Scholly. Scholly is a mobile app that matches students with hundreds of potential scholarships. You simply input some information about yourself, such as the state you live in, your GPA, and press match, and there you have it, a list of scholarships you qualify for, literally in minutes. Scholly isn't just a business, it's my passion. I want to help students like myself find money to go to the college of their dreams. So investing in Scholly means that you too can make some dreams come true. So let's do this.
The rigor of a collegiate environment also leads to high levels of stress.
The University of Michigan claims that college is more stressful than high school because students are more motivated, teachers more demanding, and the assignments more difficult. As a result, a larger portion of students have high stress levels and anxiety.
In Ivy League universities, stress and anxieties are the norm since some students cannot deal with the pressures that they face in high-stakes systems of education. In universities like Cornell, UChicago, or MIT, there have been mandatory swimming exams and suicide net installments due to students taking their own lives at alarming rates.
Spring is the season when some college students are going to have to prove they can stay afloat. I'm talking here about a swimming test. It remains a graduation requirement on a handful of campuses, mostly in the Northeast.
Now it's just a few holdouts that cling to the tradition, including Cornell, Columbia, MIT, and Swarthmore.
I do not think that students should be suffering from such high levels of depression and anxiety when all they are supposed to be doing is learning.
Some students feel as if the pace is too fast for them and they are overwhelmed.
A lot of stress may also be coming from the desperate need to outperform the peers fostered by the competitive nature of some institutions.
Institutions like the University of Chicago and the University of Wisconsin are graded on a bell curve. These schools only give students a limited amount of A's per class. Students that feel compelled to get the A will try to do everything in their power to do so.
Let's say students do get into a pretty good college. If they don't major in a field that is in demand and they have no connection in that industry, it is probable that they might not find a job. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, nearly 3.9% of graduates with a bachelor's or higher are unemployed. That would mean that approximately 606 of this year's graduates will be unemployed.
Although this may seem like a low number, many people are also being underpaid in jobs that do not even correlate with the fields that they study.
I was looking down at all the graduates there, and I saw this on a graduate's hat. It said, "Hire me." And I realized that higher education wasn't leading students to getting hired. And this is because we've been told this narrative about Easy Street, and that the path to Easy Street is to be good, get good grades, go to a good college, and get a good job. And we've been reinforcing that with citizenship grades. Anybody remember the E's from elementary school, right? GPAs, the ranks of colleges, test scores, and salary. So the real question is, how would you invest 4 years of time if your life depended on it? Because at the end of the day, all this is an expensive college degree, major debt, minor capital. And no matter if you go to the bookstore and put it in an expensive frame, at the end of the day, it's still just a piece of paper. And its value will be determined by what you do in between orientation and graduation. That's it.
Even before admittance, the actual college application process is a tremendous source of stress for young students.
When applying to college, students are required to undergo a lengthy process that requires several applications, hundreds of dollars, and hours upon hours of essays and writing and revision, not to mention the time and money spent on test prep and books, all with the goal of a coveted letter of acceptance of their dream school.
Spots at top colleges and universities are becoming more difficult to obtain because of the competitive applicant pool.
According to the New York Times, competition for spots at top universities are more cutthroat and anxiety-inducing than ever.
Zach Schwartz, author of Going to an Ivy League School Sucks, sheds light on the fact that children of celebrities or large donors are admitted simply because of who their parents are or how much money they have contributed to the school.
This demonstrates that the admissions process is by no means fair, nor is it an accurate representation of a student's merit.
Hi, and my name is Barbara Marin. I was accepted into Emory University, University of Florida, Florida State University, University of Central Florida, FIU. I've been accepted also into Brandeis University and University of Massachusetts Amherst. This fall, I still don't know where I will be attending because I recently got awarded the Gates Millennium Scholarship, which means that I get to go to any of those schools completely for free. And what sucks about the admissions process is that even though you've worked extremely hard all these 4 years, it all comes down to one piece of paper telling you yes or no, and you have no control over it. For example, I've spent my 4 years as a student athlete working extremely hard every single day. I would get home at around 10:30 and be working, doing my homework at that time, showing my devotion for school, all these extracurriculars that I've been into, president of the Social Justice League, on the Science National Honor Society, officer committee. I've been three-time FBLA state champion on the competitions that I've been doing. And I was rejected by the one school that everyone around me thought that once I applied, I would be accepted into. And now I'm being recognized as a Gates Millennium Scholar and having all my education paid for.
How many schools did you apply to in the fall?
25.
And how many accepted you?
9. I don't think that's an accurate assessment of my merit. I think it's basically a probability game. It's all comes down to how much you're willing to sell yourself and how much the person who's reading your application actually correlates with you. So just be yourself, apply to as many schools as you can, and hopefully the one that fits you and accepts you is the one where you'll be able to succeed.
I was looking at how much time students actually spend on their education, and according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, in an entire day, they only spend 3.3 hours on their education on average.
At this rate, it is no surprise that it takes 4 years to complete a bachelor's degree.
This can be for a variety of reasons, such as indecisive majors or not being able to pay for classes.
Some students may also have a really hard time adjusting to the independence of a college life and the routine that comes with that.
Proof that the current system is not time efficient is the fact that students who prefer to start working faster can choose to graduate early by simply increasing their workload. Many would much rather work all day and make money than be tied to the long-term commitment and extensive amount of time that it takes to go to class and study.
Other students are afraid of the transition and independence that a college education entails. Many will leave the comfort of their homes and will have to learn how to survive on their own.
I personally am not looking forward to the dining hall food or the fact that I have to do my own laundry.
Me neither. College is definitely going to be a shock, especially for students moving across the country to different climates.
I don't know how you're going to manage with the cold weather and the snow at Williams.
Me neither, but I would not have it any other way. I'll send you a postcard. Yes, it is true. College is not the only way. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard College, Amancio Ortega is a billionaire because of Zara and Inditex, and Michael Dell dropped out of UT Austin.
So pretty soon I noticed the university itself will not bring me closer to my goal of becoming the best personal therapist I could be. On the side, I would finish my degree simply because it's necessary in psychology in order to have a certain standing. But then I would devote most of my time towards taking my education into my own hands. This would mean over the last years, I would try all number of things, how I can basically educate myself. And a bunch of things did not work out, and a couple of things worked out. And I think a lot of young people especially underestimate the complexity and the effort it takes to arrive at a job or a career that really matters to you. But there's also good news, because as soon as you start to apply the effort, you can rise to the top pretty easily because most people are not applying it. So for this reason, I want to encourage you to take your education into your own hands and start to develop skill by deep work and a little bit practice. Then reach out to the luminaries of the field because it's easier than you might think. And then be willing to work for free to gain hands-on experience and step by step work up the ladder. And then thing number 4, you might end up with a career that really matters to you.
These successful individuals all had one thing in common. They were very motivated and hardworking. Their journeys were definitely not easy, and it took a lot of time and creativity to build their empires.
Life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work.
All of these self-made millionaires are entrepreneurs and serve as inspirations to those who want to grow their own businesses and be successful. And all of them took the risk of pursuing their dreams.
Undoubtedly, these people found a pretty decent alternative to going to college.
On that note, I think that it is important to elaborate that the fact that college alternatives do exist.
Self-teaching is a revolutionary concept that more people are benefiting from on a daily basis.
MOOCs, or Massive Open Online Course, are more accessible now than ever before. Classes offer a plethora of different subjects from humanities to engineering to business.
Self-teaching is a pretty good alternative for individuals who know what they want to do with their life. MOOCs offers technical education that people take on their own speed and discretion.
My name is Luis Garcia. I want to go to the University of Florida to study computer engineering. I think college is the correct route to go, but I recognize that there's other ways you can go. A lot of people in my field, they teach themselves. For example, last year I used Codecademy, which is an online website, just to teach myself HTML because I was interested. And it only took me about 8 hours to to learn this. This year, Brian and I decided we wanted to learn software engineering. All we had to do was download software, Android Studio, and we started up looking at YouTube videos. And just like that, you can get a foundation for this thing that you would have had to pay who knows how much money for to get it in college, but you still get the same result.
MOOCs offer certifications and validity to most courses online since these classes are derived from college classes.
Another reason MOOCs are cheaper alternatives to college education is that they can be placed in a resume when applying for work.
My name is Jose Valpes. I've pretty much taught myself how to use a CAD software and CAM software. I started a business outside of school. I'm a machinist. I create parts for the other companies, and I have to take the route of mostly teaching myself and not relying on something that's taught in school.
Other students want to start their own business or continue a family business. These entrepreneurs have a different perspective on where they see themselves in the future.
I decided I wanted to see about what it was that I wanted to do, so I checked out coding, and at first I used Code Academy as well to learn a bit of C++. Then from that I moved on to actually using Visual Studios, and from there I got a pretty good foundation just by watching YouTube videos. And ever since then, I've been learning different languages like Java, C#, C, Python, HTML.
These individuals see more promise in the business than they see in spending 4 years of their time obtaining a college degree.
With massive open online courses and additional online resources, many people teach themselves concepts. These individuals earn industry certifications for companies like Adobe, Microsoft, and Cisco.
According to TheStreet.com, there are several jobs where it pays to stay. As a market research analyst, people start off with a $34,260 salary and can work their way up to $100,000 or more.
As a logistician for UPS, there's a lot of opportunity for upward mobility and salary increases. This salary is sufficient for some people, and none of these jobs demand a college degree.
Then there are those who choose to pursue careers in art.
Whether it be music, film, drawing, or digital animation, there is a high demand for talented, creative people.
The biggest dilemma is that most of these people are not recognized and not paid as much as college graduates unless they are able to obtain a job in a large company.
Making it in the arts industry is probably one of the biggest challenges some people might ever face.
Many people choose the armed forces as their path to success.
My name is Christopher Alicea. I'm a senior at Matter Academy. Well, actually, I'm leaving within a week of graduation to basic training because I'm enlisted in the Army. Well, I chose to join the Army because I felt a calling to serve my country, and I felt that I could do that and also benefit from all the different things the Army offers, including, not free housing, but cheaper housing and health insurance and stuff, so I could actually be more independent. And it also allows me to, once I get out, to go to school for free. So, if I ever chose to do that route, I have it available. Well, personally, I do feel that I'm benefiting from joining the Army more than college because I've always wanted to serve, and also, I feel like it throws me in a situation where I can be more independent and learn, how to actually manage things in reality instead of going to college, which is kind of like an extension of high school, in my opinion, where kids are a little more independent, but not that much. So I feel like I'll mature a lot quicker. The Army definitely makes you mature quicker and learn to grow up and deal with real-world problems. Instead of, going to college, you're still sheltered by, your parents if you're still living here. And even if you're on your own, it's still, you're not completely independent yet. I feel like it's just an extension of high school. It's not, I understand nowadays, it depends, I guess, on what you're going to do. If you're going to be a doctor or something like that, then it's beneficial. But if you're not going to that extent, then it's not really, it's kind of a waste of money.
Hi, my name is Adrian Alicea. I'm currently a senior at Matter Academy High School. And after high school, I plan on doing 4 years in the United States Coast Guard. I've always been interested in public service. Since I was little, I've always wanted to be a firefighter. And so I thought, well, if I could do firefighting in a military-based background, I could start right after I graduate. I won't have to wait 2-4 years and then try to look for a job. So I think it's a good way of starting my career, my life early. Well, I obviously plan on studying while I'm in the Coast Guard, but just the basic, like going to university for 4 years or doing that, that's good for like certain jobs. But for me, like firefighting, it wouldn't, if I were to go to fire school, it wouldn't be in a university or anything big. It'd be in like a regular fire college, you know, something small. So to me, I think doing it in the military is a lot more effective. Going into a traditional community college for firefighting to me wasn't like as exciting or as effective. To me, doing it in a military-based background is more innovative.
In conclusion, it depends.
Even though the cost of attendance may leave students in debt, college is still a secure way of becoming successful.
Although this is true, I want to remind everyone that college is not the only way to make it. If you have an idea that you're passionate about and you can pursue it and make a living off of it, then college may not be the best option for you.
Although you may be right about that, attending college will put you directly in touch with people that have the same ambitious mindset that you do.
People also experience the most intellectual growth in their life while attending college. They learn how people interact, learn about culture, and learn about diverse fields.
This knowledge can only be obtained by being exposed to a college-like atmosphere. I believe that this knowledge is invaluable and necessary to becoming successful in a globally connected world.
You need to take an active interest and an active role in education in whatever community you're from, because it is such a powerful force in the community and it has such potential in the community to make those communities better. So what I challenge you with is, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to change education? What are you going to do right now? What are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do the day after that? There's a lot of things you can do. It's this big beast, right, which I think sort of detracts a lot of people from changing it, but it doesn't have to be. It can be very easily changed with simple conversations, simple questions, all of that kind of stuff.
College truly gives students the freedom to discover what they want to do for the rest of their lives, because with college, the opportunities are endless.
Exactly. I believe that while I am attending college, I'll be able to change my major as many times as I want until I truly find something fulfilling.
This process might take you a while, but in the long run, you'll be better off because you'll be able to discover what you're good at and where your passion lies.
The only problem I have with attending college is that it's going to take up at least 8 years of my life if I decide to go to medical school.
But being in the land of opportunity, American colleges have fostered a sense of hope and opportunity for everyone, including minority groups. Therefore, you, as a minority, have the freedom to go and study whatever you want.
Yeah, but it's super expensive.
Yeah, I know it's expensive, but there's some scholarships like Gates Millennium, Questbridge, and the Positive Foundation that either they pay for your tuition or your full ride to the college.
So sometimes money may not be an obstacle, as there are ways to work around the cost.
Nah, not really. People always have a choice, but I hope that they choose correctly, because although college is a more challenging path to success, it is a more clear and defined path than other hopeful alternatives.
Ultimately, the choice is up to each student, but I hope that they choose wisely. At the end of the day, college has proven to be worth it, but it's not the only way to become successful.
Opportunity. I would like to thank my family for always pushing me, telling me to never give up on my dreams.
Expensive.
Expensive, yeah.
Experience.
Future.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Pran and I'm going to Florida International University, and college to me means options.
My name is Jose Yanil. Will be attending Florida State University in the fall, and college to me is liberating.
Stress.
In one word, college means to me change.
To me, college means opportunity.
Entrepreneurial. That's probably the best way to describe college.